Well, breaking this morning, one person is dead following an officer-involved shooting. Officials tell us that a call came from overnight from a home on North State Street near Bush Street in Van Buren County. Now, we're not quite sure on all of the details just yet, but officials say that they did try to make contact with the suspect and ended up sending in a canine. We're told that the suspect then stabbed the canine, who was then rushed to a vet. The suspect then got into a fight with an officer who ended up shooting and killing the suspect. We have a crew heading to that scene right now, so make sure to stay with Fox 17 News as we continue to learn more. Time now is 5:21. Still ahead this morning, a cafe that seeks to do a little more than fill your glass. Look at the Momentum Center in today's We're Open. In today's We're Open segment, we visit a place that seeks to bring community together. It's a cafe with purpose. Rob Westby has more. Good morning, Rob.
Good morning, Savannah. It's called the Cafe at Momentum Center, and its purpose is to help make personal connections with a portion of the community that can feel isolated. It uses coffee and pastries to bring people together.
At the cafe, this is our social integration kind of element of the Momentum Center, where we offer an accessibly priced menu to our members and the public of fair trade teas, Aldea drip coffee, French press coffees, plus an assortment of baked goods, salty snacks, instant noodles. But it's a place for folks to come and be with people. We're hoping that the public will like to find us as sort of a quieter spot from the hubbub of Washington Street, and maybe get a little work done at the workstations, meet somebody for a cup of coffee before heading downtown to where all the traditional activity of Grand Haven is. It's a place for our social integration initiative that the Momentum Center has. We have really delicious donuts that we get fresh from Leppinks Market in Ferrysburg. They've been great partners with us. Grand Finale Pastries in Spring Lake is a good partner with their baked goods. With some improvements to the kitchen, we'll be able to maybe do some hot food, our own signature items. Momentum Center has members that all have either some kind of disability, mental illness, or addiction. It's a place for folks to come in a stigma-free atmosphere. And part of what we do here with the cafe is have an educational program for our members, where they can earn sort of a certification of what it means to gain employment in a coffee shop or some kind of restaurant setting. That's empowerment. That's a sense of belonging, and they're getting some confidence, and they're getting some skills, and they're being comfortable interacting with the public at large. One of our core values is social integration. It's just recognizing our neighbors that are often invisible to a larger population. The cafe is open to everybody. We had some folks that were staying at a bed and breakfast nearby and spent about 20 minutes here. They had just bought some guitars from our neighbors down on 7th Street and plunked around with their brand new mandolin and ukuleles. They had a French press and sat and met some folks and then went on their way, had a great time.
The cafe is open Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 3, and Saturdays, 8:30 to 1. And it's open to members and the public community. The Momentum Center is the bright blue building on Columbus Avenue, just east of 7th Street in Grand Haven. The website, momentumcenter.org. Keep up with businesses and other places open in West Michigan. Go to fox17online.com/open. I'm Rob Westby.
Thanks, Rob. Time now is 5:27. Still ahead this morning.
I feel really good about the snowball that we're building and the excitement that we're building around our campaign.
An early indication of the momentum in the competition for the Republican nomination for governor as the candidates release their quarterly campaign filings. A look at the numbers and what they mean. And say hello to our Facebook fan of the day. Today it is Annalise Berman Ford. Good morning, Annalise. Thank you so much for watching Fox 17. Well, breaking this morning, one person is dead following an officer-involved shooting. Now, officials tell us that a call came in overnight from a home on North State Street near Bush Street Bush Street in Van Buren County. Now, we're not quite sure on all of the details just yet, but officials say that they tried to make contact with the suspect and ended up sending in a canine. We're told that that suspect then stabbed the canine, who was then rushed to a veterinarian. The suspect then got into a fight with an officer who ended up shooting and killing the suspect. We have a crew heading to the scene right now, so make sure to stay with Fox 17 as we continue to learn more.